And then we're getting off the ride and I'm picking up my son and he's all wet and, they're laughing and stuff. And we get down to the end of the ride and I had asked him before the ride, he was like doing a little potty dance. And I was like, oh, buddy, you need to go potty. And he's like, yeah, after the ride. Anyway, so we get down and I'm like, okay, let's go to the bathroom. And he looks up at me and he's like, whoops.
Oh, too late.
Hey, it's John Michael Higgins, and you're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast with Kevin, Danny, Eli, Rachel, and they'll send you through some hairpin turns and high-speed loops out there on the test track, so buckle your seatbelts.
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante Sana, everyone. You're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana. And on this show, we invite you to feel the libation.
Feel it, feel it.
This is a show in which every opinion is welcome and nothing we present is groundbreaking or terribly exciting. It's just some filler for your life if you need it. Hey, look, magicourway.com is where you can find us. On this episode, we present an episode called What Will You Miss? Growth and Changes, in which we share stories of what we will miss within a given set of parameters. And look, this is your typical polished, practiced, pixie dust and Disney podcast. No way. We are not in Walt Disney World every day letting you know that Disney's Hollywood Studios has a new preview center of Walt Disney World's upcoming Monsters, Inc. Land, Cars area, and Tropical America's Land. Dan, are you going to Hollywood Studios?
No.
Oh, damn. Yeah. You're not going to get a chance to see
Who
this.
goes there nowadays?
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
No, Kevin, I'm just here to drink, talk some Disney, and tell you why you should make sure your kid never bullies anyone at Dumbo's Playground.
And yes, you listeners have the easy part. All you guys and girls have to do is to listen up to what we think up while we drink up.
My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
I'm Eli.
And I'm Rachel.
Look, if you're thinking about visiting a major theme park in the near future, like Universal or Disney, Rachel can help you book that. Booking with Rachel is one of the easiest ways to support this show. Also, you can leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and or wherever you access our show. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss an episode of the Magic Our Way podcast. Also, we want to thank our Patreon supporters, both past and present, for all they have done and continue to do for us. All right, y'all, look, enough of our jibber jabber. Let's share some stories of things we will miss. Welcome to The Hub, the big topic segment of our show. And as I mentioned at the top of the show, we are doing an episode called What Will You Miss? Where we discuss things that we will miss within a given set of parameters. And for this episode, there are multiple parameters, and they are family, growth, and changes. And I'll explain a little bit more in a little bit. So for the past several weeks, Disney fans have been hearing stories of the multitudinous changes coming to Walt Disney World.
Multitudinous? That's
Multitudinous. It is, yeah. I wanted to use it in this case because there's a lot.
Is that like
multitudinous?
It's like Guatemalaness.
It's like a plethora.
Oh, plethora.
Yeah.
Do you know what a plethora is?
No, Hefe.
I don't have the intellect. Did you
See?
But anyway, yeah, there's like a ton of changes that people, I'm seeing fan sites talk about, why is Disney doing all this stuff all of a sudden? And look, if you listen to our last show, Am I Right?, in which Rachel defends her love of Animal Kingdom, we make reference to the amount of changes just coming to Animal Kingdom itself, like Pueblo Esperanza, Tropical America's thing, even to the Tree of Life. And now, as I learned today, the Harambe Market changing menus and stuff because of the things that are closing in Dinoland. And if you go to the other parks, we've got everything from Big Thunder Mountain to Monsters, Inc. Land to Rock and Roller Coaster with the Muppets. And, let's not forget the resorts, especially with Island Tower at the Poly having just opened and the refurbishment of Grand Floridian Lobby, which is going through, which just got carpet. I just saw as of this particular show.
Does the carpet match the drapes?
I think that's to be determined.
Oh,
I don't know if the drapes have been hung yet.
Well, it should not. Totally should be a yes.
It's totally bare at the moment.
Whoa.
But anyway, all those things you can book with Rachel, Polly and
Yes.
Floridian. Yes. So don't forget about that. But yeah, so many changes, man. Look, and even in the trip reports from our summer trips, we commented on how there was this huge crane that could be seen throughout Magic Kingdom Park. You remember that huge crane by Big Thunder?
Yep.
You know, and I got to think with all the other changes, there are going to be multiple cranes that we may be seeing, which may make it to many visitors' pictures for the next several years as they're doing all these changes. It's kind of crazy, right? It may be kind of worse than the Cake Castle. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Well,
There was a crane the first time we went.
these new phones, you just circle what you want and boom, it just removes it.
It's gone. Yeah.
So thank God for that.
Yep.
Otherwise, you'd be stuck with that as your family memory.
Can't have that.
Crane. I want a picture with the crane, not the castle. Now, look, at the same time, our families are changing. And this is the growth that I speak about. And in case you're a longtime listener and have forgotten, or maybe you're a new listener to the show and have no idea, all of us on the show have children. We have everything from younger grades all the way into high school and beyond. In the course of this podcast's 13-year existence, and yes, we go back to 2012, we've had experiences with babies in the parks, to younglings in the parks, to preteens, and now into teens and adults. And of course, you know, Eli's kid is beyond all this, but he's actually gets a chance to start over as your grandpa Eli. You got a grandkid.
Yes.
Tarat, man.
Tarat.
So you'll have an opportunity to revisit this in that vein for sure.
I hope my niece can take it.
Yeah. Is that what you'll miss?
Yeah.
You'll miss your niece?
Yeah. I don't know what rides will be in existence by the time my grandson is like ready to tackle an amusement park. But yeah, I'm gonna get some
There you go.
cortisone and some knee pads or something. I'm a rocket.
You know, and that brings up a good point, Eli, because we ourselves on this show are changing as well. Eli, Danny, and I are now in our early 50s. And Rachel, what are you in? You're like early 20s, teens, 30s? What?
Yeah, early 20s. That's
Early
right.
20s.
That's
Okay.
it.
No, I'm going to be 40 this
Stop
coming
it. Get out of
birthday.
here.
Oh,
No.
no.
Yeah, I'm 40.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
We're going to Hawaii to celebrate my 40th birthday.
Very
Oh,
nice.
wow.
Oh.
Damn. Okay.
Wait, where were you staying in Hawaii? You going to Alani or are you going
Mhm,
somewhere north?
yeah.
Oh, nice.
So does that mean Josh is already 40?
Yeah, Josh's 41, actually.
Whoa. Okay.
Ooh, man. Robbing the cradle.
Rob in the cradle.
Like a big old year and a half.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's it.
Yeah, so like, no, definitely there'll be some changes with us as well. And
Yeah.
maybe you won't be able to do that roller coaster anymore, or eat certain foods, or as Eli put it, maybe walk with efficiency with your knees and whatnot. And I'm thinking about Danny's mom we talked about last
Yeah.
week with the weather, the heat, the temperatures. So there's all of that. Those are
Yeah.
those changes.
I remember Mick Foley. I don't know if y'all WWE fans. He's a huge theme park enthusiast. And we ran into him at an independent show and I was talking to him. I was like, hey man, you're going to go check out Epic Universe when it opens up. And he's like, can't do it anymore. He just cannot
Yeah.
with his knees and everything in his body and as banged up as he is, he can't enjoy the parks anymore. It's sad.
Well, to be fair, I mean, this guy got thrown 20 feet off a cage at one point.
Yeah.
I mean,
He did.
he had some very special things that
It was an
occurred.
accelerated decline.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did say that. Yeah,
I can see that because like even like the first launch of Rock and Roller Coaster with those first few twists after you go through the picture,
yes.
you know, it's like I can take it, but now I'm kind of like, do I want to do that?
My neck
you
still
know?
twinges off of the first start of that because that was one of those rides I could never get to until I was older.
Right. I
Yeah.
used to love it. I used to love that coaster. And now I'm just like, ooh, this is taking a different effect on me now.
Last time I rode Tron, I was like, wow, ooh, this is not as comfortable. Like this, I thought last time we rode it was so smooth,
Right.
so enjoyable, and it kind of was like, it was a little rough.
Yeah. Now, look, so there's no doubt that this show brings entertainment to all of you Mohicans who listen to us week after week.
Well, there's some dispute on that.
Yeah, there's some. Yeah, some of y'all are a little behind. That's okay.
Check out the
You know,
iTunes
just-
comment.
Yep. But I would also suggest that this show is a bit of a time capsule. Now, I don't want to speak for anyone else, but yes, to me, it acts as a time capsule because we all know what goes on the internet stays on the internet. And our kids, regardless of where they are in life, can pull up an episode and listen to their parents speak once again.
Yes.
You know,
Very true.
I can't do that with my parents. Maybe the occasional home video, but not like this.
No.
You know,
No.
this is like since 2012. So as we quickly reach our 600th episode, it's coming up quick. I calculate out our 600th episode will be our Halloween show.
Well, we need to book Professor X.
I know. We need to get him up in here and do our Halloween show.
Right. We don't want to work that hard on Halloween.
That's our holiday. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, I wanted to take a moment and share a few stories about the things that we will miss, not only because of the changes at the Disney parks, but also because of the changes happening in our own personal lives.
Hmm.
So with that stage set, who would like to begin?
I can go first.
All right. You have the floor, sir.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate this floor here.
It's a sturdy floor.
Yes, it's
You don't build this floor.
Very strong.
my floor.
Yes.
So something that I am going to miss is already gone, and we did it every single time that we went to Disney. And unfortunately, yeah, it's something that I don't know is ever going to come back. I hope it comes back, but it happened every single time we went to breakfast at Ohana or at the Polynesian. And to this day, every single time we go to Disney, I try to get an Ohana breakfast reservation. And yeah, I love the Wasabi Bloody Mary and I love the Lapu Lapu, and I certainly do order those. But I truth be told, I think part of the reason I keep going back is because it takes me back to a time when my daughter was little. And I want to say this went away around COVID, because that's when a lot of good things went away. And of course, when they go away, they don't ever really seem to come back. And so the highlight of every breakfast at Ohana was the Hawaiian roller coaster ride parade that they did around the restaurant. So for those of you who may be unfamiliar, the characters at Ohana that come around to your table during breakfast, it's Mickey, Pluto, Stitch, and Lilo. And really, character breakfasts in general, I mean, that's something I miss with Lily. You know, maybe not, you know, the first one that she did when she was 2, and she was freaking out when Mickey kept coming over to her, and as they got closer, she would lose it. But by 3, you could watch her, and she really, like, her eyes followed the characters around from table to table to table. And as they got closer, the smile got wider, and she'd start bouncing up and down with anticipation, like, oh, they're about ready to be here. And by the time they got to our table, man, she'd just hop up and just run over, arms outstretched, huge hug. And having the phones at the ready the entire time, waiting to capture that moment. So yeah, everything to her was, you know, it was real at that age. It's just, everything was real. There was no concept that these were probably people in their late teens or late 20s who were being paid to be there. No, it was a real Mickey. That was a real Belle. That's the actual Moana, you know? And then they were all taking the time to come see her, which made her feel even more special. So yeah, character breakfasts and dinners were a big part of our Disney vacation back then. The autograph books, the dolls of the characters that the character would always come over and interact with. Occasionally, Lily would get dressed up as one of the characters that we were going to go see. And man, did they make a big deal out of that. That was so cool. I mean, you could see why Peter, former guest on this show, had such a great time being a character at Disney and is still bringing joy to kids doing other things in that same vein I can't mention. But yeah, I mean, it just, character breakfasts and dinners were so cool. You didn't have to worry about being in line so long. You didn't have to worry about, you know, the kid being like, I'm bored and everything. The character breakfasts and dinners, like, they were totally entertained just watching them walk around the restaurant, coming to them. It wasn't a thing of how long we're going to be here, why are we still in line, all that kind of stuff. That's what was so fun. And so anyway, getting back to the Polynesian, Mickey, Pluto, Stitch, Lilo, they go around the restaurant taking pictures with every single guest. They go to table, signing autographs like every single character breakfast that you ever go to. But at least once during the breakfast, there's an announcement that takes place on the speaker system that pretty much says that all your Disney friends are going to be putting on this special parade, and they want all the children to take part in it. So the kids would all leave the table and they, you know, run up to the cast members. The cast members would hand out maracas to each of them, every one of the kids. And then suddenly, you know, you would hear Hawaiian roller coaster ride playing over the speaker system. And the characters would then lead the kids around the restaurant several times. In fact, holding their hands. If you were lucky, your kid got to hold hands with Mickey or Stitch or Lilo, whatever, as the song played. And they marched around shaking their maracas, beaming ear to ear. Like, and the parents would be,
they're part of the magic. Yeah.
Right.
It's nice.
And the parents would either be sitting at a table, smiling and clapping to the music and taking it all in, or lining the parade route to get pictures.
Right.
You know?
Eating those meat
Get that
skewers, boy. I'll tell you what.
Time, yeah.
Well, that was during
Well, not at
dinner,
breakfast.
not during
Yeah,
breakfast.
Not doing
Yeah.
breakfast, yes, but I remember the dinner one, yeah.
But
That's what Uncle Eli was doing.
That's what I brought me back. I'm sorry.
I was always the dad that'd be lined up taking the video
yeah.
of the whole thing. And every single time Lily passed, she'd look my way and give me the biggest smile, like the genuine joy in her face. How proud she was just being part of the parade and having the chance to perform for all the adults, which is generally one of the first things that go when your kids get older. You know, all the goofy little silly things that they do for attention suddenly is replaced by the need to be cool at every moment of every second of every day. So yeah, like I said, I still book Ohana because of that feeling of that innocent energy that these kids like would just the pride that they had in being part of this little parade that they would do. And I still remember it. And still to this day, because of that, Ohana during breakfast has a special place in my heart, even though, you know, nowadays they still do the parade. It's just that now the kids are told to stay in their seats.
Oh, wow. No way. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
that's
it's
a
just the
shame.
characters going around. And so it's missing the fun of all the kids participating, all the parents. Now people don't even pay attention to what they're doing. Like they sit there, they carry on that conversation, they have that meal because characters just go around and they have the maracas and everything like that. And it's so sad to see because like it's a whole generation of kids that are missing out because it's a flash. It goes by like that before the characters go from being the actual Mickey, Minnie and Lilo and Stitch and whatever it goes from being that to just being a guy in a suit and, you know, feeling like you're part of the show.
Well, yeah,
Feeling
the interactiveness is kind of killed with the
I wonder if it's a holdover of the COVID years and stuff where they,
It is.
they did
Well,
that
yeah.
and they just haven't changed back.
policy.
Yeah.
Last time we went, we booked Ohana for breakfast just to see, and it didn't happen.
You have one for your upcoming trip or
No, because I
in
mean,
case you didn't know, Danny's going back down
it's
into
a
the area.
2-day
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah.
It's a 2-day trip at best. I thought we were lucky to get reservations at Beacon Barrel, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
So
I
right.
know. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
thank you. It was
Way
your
to be,
advice that
scrappy
made it
as,
happen.
yeah.
I wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
Scrappy.
Yeah,
Scrappy dude.
So that's my big
Yeah,
thing that
man.
I remember. I mean, there's a ton of stuff that I look back on fondly, and it's just like, you know,
You
I
can't
think-
get that back.
No.
I think they say it in The
Yeah.
Office at one point in time. I think it's what's the guy from The Hangover who's missing a tooth stew. What's his name? Ed
Oh.
Helms? I can't remember. He's like, he says something to the effect of, I wish somebody would have told me that we were living in the good old times while we were living in them.
All right.
Because you don't
Yeah.
really recognize it until you're out of it. And
Yep.
in those moments, like no one taps you on the shoulder and say, look, this is the last time your kid's going to believe in all this. This is the last time this is real.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
It's and look, listen, I should have prefaced this, but you know, you're talking, there's 3 guys here. We all have daughters. Like,
Yeah.
there's not a single boy among, except for maybe your
oh, right, no,
grandkid.
Rachel has
Oh,
a
my
boy.
son.
Well, I mean, Rachel's got a daughter and a son,
Yeah.
so there's only,
Right.
but overall,
Yes.
we all have daughters on this show, and the you know, there's a something. I feel that, Danny, because there's something special with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Not to move the time forward, but you know, I hope that in the future that there's a time where you know you can enjoy that Wasabi Bloody Mary with Lily. You know, she's older, she's of age, she's a little different, she's more of an adult. Whether you want to accept that or not,
Yeah.
that could be another special moment. Hopefully, in the future that you can do. Hopefully, it's still around that you can do that.
And that's the great thing
Yeah.
about my kid is that she still harbors that love for Disney and that love for the imagination. Like it, I'll
She
give
comes
you.
from good stock.
Yeah.
That's right.
She's got practice. Yeah.
It's like, man, like before it was like when we, like, let's say we would watch the electrical water pageant. It would be like, what's coming next, Daddy? What do you think's coming next? And it was a guessing game as to what would come next when they would flash it and they would play the music. And then you would see, oh, now it's the crocodile. Oh, now it's whatever. You know, that used to be what it was like in just that fascination and wonder. And now she's out there and it's like, it's so cool how they do this. And she's analyzing it more as like an adult.
And you're
So
like,
it's
who are you?
Exactly.
Where did you come from?
Yeah.
But you know, she has so many wonderful thoughts like that. She really has an artistic appreciation for Disney, and I hope that that's something that helped give her. But yeah, she really has an artistic appreciation of it, and still to this day, I asked her, like, because I knew we were going to be doing this. I was like, "What do you miss about Disney?" And she said, "Thinking it was all real."
No, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was her exact response. Was thinking it was all real. Not realizing how much money it costs to do it. Not realizing that these are guys paid to be there. Not realizing that,
the creativity that went to, that's actually a neat transition to witness, right?
Yeah.
It's like she's recognizing the creativity goes into something like that. And now she is getting to understand it. And it's a different appreciation.
Yeah. It's just a constant pay it forward. And that's all it is. It's like, as a parent, you give your kid these memories and that you hope that they pay it forward and that their kids, they go. And that you get the call like, "Hey, mom, dad, do you want to come?"
We're gonna see how that works. I hope.
Are you paying for it? Yes, I'm coming.
You definitely got to use your retirement. I think when you become a grandparent, you're gonna have to use your own cash. I'll
pay for enough of your trips.
Yeah. I was gonna say to what you were saying with like the Ohana dance and everything. Like that was something I remembered very well. Like, of course, I'll take it further back. When
you dance with and all that.
No, I wouldn't. Well, I mean, like
he was there for all those.
Oh yeah, I was there for all those. But like, his nephew and niece, and then my daughter, they're all roughly like the same.
Oh,
like,
that's
the same
true.
age
You're right.
bracket.
You're right.
So they did that. Back in the day. That's why I was making the joke about eating the skewer because and do that. But it was fun to see them all parade around that awkwardness, but then still like there's enough people like dancing with them.
They had the energy, they're having fun. Yeah.
You're like, go do it. And they're just like, oh yeah. Like Hannah was a ham. She really would get into that. So that's a memory that is always a huge striking thing. So
and I want to say at dinner, you had the guy with the ukulele that would walk around and play, and he's still there from last I heard.
What?
Yeah. I
remember that. Yeah, somebody on the. I don't know if Rachel said that or somebody said that.
He made a deal with a fertility god or something. Wow. Okay.
Good for him.
Yeah.
But they also used to have like, was it pineapple races or coconut where you would have
coconut races.
Coconut. Yeah.
Coconut.
I remember the coconut race.
I don't know if they do that because I haven't been to Ohana for dinner in a while, but that was a lot of fun.
They did not the last time we were there. They did not do that.
Yeah. And
my kids definitely would have been into that. They did not.
That's the thing. It's like so many things got lost because of COVID. There was a good reason, and then you're waiting for them to bring them back, and then they just don't for whatever reason.
Oh man,
maybe because
save money on coconuts.
My daughter did. I would say my daughter did the parade at Akershus. She did it at a lot of the places. Like we've done a bunch of them, but specifically, I remember the one at Akershus was like a big deal for her because it was with the princesses.
I need to do Akershus again. This is the second show we mentioned Akershus, and I haven't done it in a long time.
I don't remember the parade at Akershus because I remember taking Lily and she had a blast at Akershus. I don't remember a parade there though.
Yeah, we did it for dinner. And they definitely, she had gone to the boutique, the Bippity Boppity boutique that morning. So she was all like in her princess dress. And oh my gosh, I still have the video of her like walking around the restaurant in the parade. It makes me cry every time I watch it.
Yeah. Danny, I remember you're Lily doing the Baby Bob boutique.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that's
she
awesome.
surely did. And
yeah.
I remember that was one of the biggest fights me and my wife ever had in the middle of the night.
No.
Yep. Because her grandmother came. Her grandmother was in the late 80s at that point in time. Your grandmother was tired, wanted to get back to the room. So my wife was like, we need to go. And I'm like, bullshit. my kid just got made up to look like Belle. We're not going anywhere.
Right.
And I'm staying right here with her. Y'all can go back. And my wife did not speak to me for the rest of the trip after that. But I took my kid to Enchanted Tales with Belle. And guess who got picked out to participate in Enchanted Tales with Belle?
Ah, nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, you scored points. Like you shouldn't have took that hit, but I'm glad you did. I'm glad
that's awesome.
I'll take it every time.
Yes, sir.
It's the exact same thing when Lily wanted to go back to. I was tired one time, wanted to go back. She got mad at me, and Lily was like, "I just want to ride the Tomorrowland Speedway." Like,
oh wow, there
we
you
talked
go.
about earlier, and I'm sure Rachel will talk about this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that, man. That's a great story.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
It's a lot of stories to have. I was gonna say like. This was such a wild exercise in general for me because one, I'm like way off the reservation, but like Danny, I called my daughter and just to give the preference of age there, she didn't answer the phone the first few times. And then I was like, hey, look, I need your help for this. Because my daughter lives in a whole different state.
Your daughter's old. She's an adult.
Yeah.
She graduated college.
My daughter's, college.
She's a different stage. She got baby.
Yeah, she go and tell people what to do.
She's doing all
jobs.
things. So you got the oldest kid out of all of us.
I'm really surprised my hair's not as gray as it should be when I think of the
It's like I always say, black don't crack.
It don't crack. It don't go gray
That's
neither.
what my wife said. My wife said black don't crack.
And she right.
Whereas me, gray as
Probably leaves you crack a little bit.
Nah, I just go gray.
It's just, you know what, though? The fun part of the exercise is to remember, well, for me, is to remember a time, like you said, when things were magic, you didn't have to explain to your kid the realities of things and the consequences of things. You could just, like, be. And I was really surprised. We had a quick little chat. My grandson wasn't feeling too good, so, she was taking care of him. But I was like, tell me some stuff you remember. And she threw out some stuff, and I was like, oh, thank God, my money was used well.
That's so good.
Yeah.
You were relieved.
I was relieved because that was another part of the time. Like if you had like $5,000, got you a full on vacation. Your money, I feel like one of those people that are talking in the 30s. Like if I had 60 cents, I could buy a loaf of bread that lasts for a month.
Yeah.
I mean, $5,000 now, that might get you a cup of coffee and a ticket to a ride.
A loaf of bread, a stick of butter, and a gallon of milk.
Exactly. So it was good to hear all that money. The time for me was way
That's pretty
different.
obscure, Kevin.
I know, that's a hell of a reference. I think Harry might be laughing somewhere.
I
know he gets
got
that
it.
one. Yeah.
As long as someone got it. But yeah, that was a good time for me when I took her to the parks. And yeah, again, $5,000 did a lot of stuff. And going into the park and having your kid see Disney for the first time, and you're watching that like exuberance happen, and it happens throughout the whole day. Like we were just kind of, reminisce like, dang, we had like adventures. Like Daddy said, like we were trying to do like a little side quest of finding different characters to sign autograph books, and wherever someone went, she would spot Chip. Like, we got to go there. Like, we on it, baby. We on it.
Beeline.
We on it. But we had a lot of adventures. And I mean, I'm sure if we have more of these exercises, I got plenty of tales to tell. But for this one of the things we were talking about that I was really interesting was the first time I took her, we went to see Alien Encounter.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yes.
Nice.
And so that's why we don't get no more like retro than that. And
Great attraction, by the way. I love that.
Hannah was always really good with that kind of stuff because I remember we took her to the mortuary when she was like,
Oh, jeez.
The mortuary is this haunted house in New Orleans
that takes place in an actual mortuary.
Yes. It's pretty serious. It's cool though. It's pretty serious. But
we were there for like what the first 5-10
minutes. Yeah.
We took her and there's a guy running around with a chainsaw. We're like, hey, brother, come over here. We introduced her to the chainsaw guy. Her and the chainsaw guy become friends. She became friends with all the ghouls and the goblins over there. And when she walked through the haunted house, they treated her like royalty.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she was scared. We taught her to overcome the fear. Now that she's an adult, she's so good at it that she's dating people that terrify me. But I'm like, we're shaking hands.
You're not alone.
No. But we did have a good time about that. And Alien Encounter was something we both had never been on. I was like,
this is y'all's both first time. Oh, man.
Yes, because for,
I was brave. She's a very brave little girl.
That's awesome. Yeah, tell me about that. Because that if those people that don't know about Alien Encounter, it was pretty intense.
It was
cool as hell though.
It was very intense, but the fact was, that was like the first time we went, and of course my daughter had like, this was her first Disney trip ever. So yeah, we went on that, saw that. We both screamed because we didn't know what to expect. Especially the part where people.
It's my mother-in-law.
Yeah,
not that part.
Yeah, there's a part where they turned down the she was good for the parts that you can see, the alien in the tube and Jeffrey Jones talking to you.
There was no chili dog breath.
Well, yeah, but get this. But there's a part where you turn off the lights, right?
Yes.
And then in the attraction, you can hear the breathing of the alien, and they got the speaker
the
right
tongue, the 3D sounds. Yeah,
she can deal with anything that she could visually see. You could be a very terrifying guy, and she'd be like, "Oh, okay, like I got you." But in that instance, she was freaking out. Like she was doing I forgot how strong my daughter was, even at a young age. She gripped my arm, and I was like, "Ooh, your fingernails hurt." I'm scared because it's and that was a very polarizing experience for both of us. But
nice.
But yeah, she got out of that. She enjoyed that. She was freaked out. And so
It's scary when the lights are off.
it's very scary. But
It's so scary.
Yeah.
it was a very effective attraction.
It was.
Very
Alien,
effective.
don't eat me. Eat this one.
Get this one. And then things moving around. Oh, it was such a good thing.
You know, to
But-
be fair, I have all that source audio and I listen to it on my commute home because it's the perfect
oh wow.
amount of time for my commute. Just like
Really?
Ellen's and everything. Yeah.
Just listening to wait.
People get
What?
terrified and screaming.
Yeah, I leave work and I put it on, and by the time it's over, I'm done.
What do you like? Put on the soundtrack to Halloween before you go to bed?
Yeah. I won't hear these kids
Well,
tortured.
Here, I'll put that one on, and I'll put Ellen's Any Adventure on. They both,
Oh,
they
okay.
both take me home. It's great.
If you played the Ellis, man, that would put me to sleep driving.
Oh, I love Ellen's.
Ellen's had a
Ellen's
great soundtrack. Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. The ding dang.
But yeah, she enjoyed that. And then the next time we went, of course, the alien encounter wasn't there,
It was Stitch.
and now it's Stitch.
Was she so sad?
No, that's it. So it was almost like the opposite. Like the first time I was like, ha ha ha, I enjoyed that. You were terrified, ha ha. The second time when Stitch came around, she loved that. She loved the belch breath and
Choggy,
everything.
chili dog
stinking.
breath, and yeah.
This girl is 27 years old. She still remembers the hot dog breath. That was the first thing that like.
Good Lord, I
She
remember,
mentioned-
I remember the hot dog breath.
But she loved that ride. So it was like, ooh, I didn't like that. So yeah, we were having this fun debate about that. Because yeah, the first incarnation I enjoyed. The second one, she enjoyed more.
Okay.
You know?
Who'd have thunk it, right?
Who'd have thought? But that's what I'm saying. I like this exercise on that because, you know, when your child gets older and we did talk about this. I was like, when did you kind of fall out of, you know, Disney? And, you know, we kind of hit the same mark. She was basically like, yeah, once she became a junior and then, you know, she saw how my daughter has like this weird ability to just adapt to like, if she wants to be popular, like a chameleon, boom, she's popular. Like, it's like pow. So once she kind of got into that high school mindset of things and, you know, boys and track and, all that other stuff, like being part of a crowd and learning that socialization, yeah, that's when the magic kind of skipped. And
I got my own magic.
You got own magic. Then
That's
that's
right.
when Daddy magic kicked in and I turned into the alien encounter.
Oh,
Like, bring the bowl over here.
Daddy, eat this one.
That's right.
I think that unfortunately happens to just about, well, not every kid, but a lot of kids.
It's down the pipe for us. then.
Where they, where they get to a point where they're too cool for school.
Yeah.
Except for Emmy. Emmy was always.
Emmy still in
Respect to Emmy.
Yeah. And still to this day. And Lily seems to be taking care after her. And
Yeah, that's
quite
good.
a lot
They
of
come
ways.
from
Yeah.
good stock.
Good stock.
You got to. You
Yeah.
got to.
Yeah.
And I won't tell no more stories, but I had a Bibbidi Boppity boutique store, which I know Danny knows very well.
Mhm. Oh, you've definitely shared this story before. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I can or not because it doesn't exist.
Unless you want to
But-
save it for, I'm sure I have other stories. And
Yeah,
I'm sure
I'll
this
save
will
it
have
to be
yeah.
fair for time, but I was going to say this. Get as many pictures
Yes.
of your kids
Yes.
doing this for anyone listening that, you know, like, hey, well, my kid's still
Any
young.
stage of life.
Yeah, get him. I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, get it before your kids get to high school, date their old adults and
Mhm.
stuff. I'm gonna tell you why. One good reason. Good blackmail material. Really good blackmail material. Like everybody wants to be a princess now, but when they meet Mr. Joe Cool and you don't like Mr. Joe Cool, show them the picture. That's all I'm saying.
Well, somewhere out there, my sister's probably listening to this and asking me to tell a certain story about Lily that we still have a picture of
Ooh.
this very day.
Ooh,
That
tease.
Lily, if I ever share it, will be insanely furious.
Tease.
Yeah, you gotta
Tease.
hold that
No.
card.
I will hold that card.
You gotta
Yes.
hold that card.
This is not the
But-
last time we'll do this show.
But that's
This episode,
Grandpa
that's great.
Eli truth right there.
I love
you
it.
Take all those pictures, enjoy it for the happy moments. But those times when
it becomes
that
handy.
kid's- yeah,
Yeah.
especially you got a daughter, and they're like, "No, this person's cool." Like, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa!
I would never use this picture against my daughter, but other people have.
You'll be.
Oh, no.
Well, don't use it again. Don't use it against it. Not just you know when
Yeah,
the
you
time
want
is
to
right.
show your cards right at the moment.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's like Karate Kid. You know when to do the crane kick when Johnny come at you.
No.
Rachel, your parents ever do that? Your dad got a picture of you that you like. You hope to God nobody sees.
No, I don't think there's any pictures of me that
Oh, okay.
the picture of me that they love to show
No
people.
pictures of you.
Well, no, they have pictures.
Our daughter Rachel. Where the
They're
pictures?
they're not ones that I am particularly embarrassed about. The one that they love to show everybody is we went to Niagara Falls one summer.
Niagara Falls.
Yeah, Niagara Falls. And I was think I was in like 8th grade, and I just was not interested in Niagara Falls.
Oh no.
And I had just gotten this new backpack for school that year. And I was so excited about this backpack. Anyway, so I insisted on bringing this backpack with us on the walk behind the falls, and we all got soaked, and all my stuff got soaked, and the backpack got soaked. And then they have this picture of me and my sister like looking at the falls, like we're in front of it, and they're like, "Oh, we want to take a picture of you guys in front of the falls." And I turn around and I give this like look that's just like, I would rather be anywhere but here. And so they took the picture anyway, and they love showing the picture of me just like not impressed by Niagara Falls.
Love it.
Ooh, running water. Yeah.
What else you got? I got a tub.
Gravity works on water too.
Oh, here's
Yeah.
a bucket. There you go.
Yeah. Made of the mist, whatever.
Yep, that was me.
That's hilarious.
Cool.
Not impressed.
So I guess you and Josh have no vacations planned in Niagara Falls, right?
No vacations to Niagara Falls. Actually, we do need to go to upstate New York this winter because my daughter has a softball tournament there. But other than that, we don't have a reason to go to upstate New York.
So you and Niagara Falls have not made up.
We've not really made up. No.
It's supposed to be the place that people do make up.
Step
That's the
by
idea of
step.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Inch by inch.
We will make it.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, what about you? Have you
What is your take?
Yeah, your
What-
kids are considerably younger than our kids, but
Right.
you're kind of still
have you had
in
any of
it.
these moments yet?
Or realizations?
Yeah.
Or?
Well, so there is one moment that we've had, or I don't know about moment. It's been we've done it a few times, but we talk about different rides and attractions, and we rank them on this show. And I always tend to rank this particular attraction higher than everybody else, and part of it is because of just my experience with my kids on this attraction. So, and the attraction is the Tomorrowland Speedway, which most people revile. I do not like the Tomorrowland Speedway. I used to put it in my top must-dos at Magic Kingdom because my kids would be such a blast on it. Like, we would just not laugh on any other attraction like we would laugh on the Tomorrowland Speedway together. They would have us, they were trying to drive straight, but we would be going all over the place, and we're laughing and going crazy. And it was just a blast. And it's funny to me that you just don't know when they get to the age where that's not as enjoyable anymore. I think the last time I did it and my kids were the right age, I actually wasn't even in the car with my son. He was in the car with my dad. And he would be mad I told this story, but it started pouring rain while we were on the ride, and I could hear them laughing and going crazy in front of me. And then we're getting off the ride, and I'm picking up my son, and he's all wet, and they're laughing and stuff. And we get down to the end of the ride, and I had asked him before the ride, he was like doing a little potty dance, and I was like, "Oh, buddy, you need to go potty." And he's like, yeah, after the ride. Anyway, so we get down, and I'm like, "Okay, let's go to the bathroom." And he looks up at me and he's like, "Whoops."
Oh,
And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "I peed on the car."
Oh no!
That car was taken offline.
Code P.
Yeah. we had to change the doors. Well, they probably didn't know because it was pouring. So it was just wet.
No.
So somebody
I know.
sat in the car after he peed.
Oh, no,
I mean, I did go back and let a cast member know, but I didn't know what car he was in, and I'm sure it already left. Like, we got all the way down the little stairs. Anyway, that's not even really the nice moment. That's
Somebody-
All the cast members they'll never know.
Somebody just was like, I
I'll
was
never
wondering
know.
why my stuff was yellow when I got out that car.
seriously.
Oh man!
But yeah, so that time he peed in the car was probably the last time he was just the right age to have that fun, because now they're old enough to drive the car well. Like they can do it, but it's not fun to drive it well. We don't laugh like that, right? So they try to drive it crazy so that it's
On
still
purpose,
that
yeah.
moment. Like, they try to recreate the moment, but it's not funny when you're trying.
Yo.
So it's just, it just lost that magic a little bit. And I don't think we'll ever get that back until we have little kids with us again.
Oh,
But I do, if you have kids 5 and under, totally take them on Tomorrowland Speedway, because it's just such a blast.
and let them pee on the seat.
Yeah, pee on the
Yes.
seat.
Yeah, let
especially
us
if it's
see
raining.
Yeah, we've peed in all kinds of places at Walt Disney World, my children.
That's a show.
Yeah.
I think that's a show in itself. Like where
The Tomorrowland Speedway for one. The other great story that I have from my kids having accidents in the park is my daughter had an accident in the Dumbo play area. You know, like the one.
Oh no!
Yes,
the water thing.
They gave you the pager. No,
Yes,
not the water thing.
Okay.
The circus
It's
thing.
inside. It's in the circus
Oh, inside.
tent.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was about to say, wow.
And they give you the pager and the kids just play. Anyway, she was just going nuts in there because that's what kids do. And she comes, this like older kid had been kind of not like targeting her in there, but just like being really rough around her. Anyway, and so she had an accident. She called me over, and this older kid like blows through us, like pushes me aside to like get up this little area.
What?
And it was right where she had the accident. And she's telling me, you know, Mom, I peed. And the kid goes right through it and turns around and is like, oh, it's wet. And I was like, yeah, she just peed. And the kid looks at me and is like, this is pee? And I was like, yes, you have pee all over you now.
That's
Sorry.
awesome.
That is the
Yeah, it
best
wasn't-
story I think I've ever heard.
That kid was a good 3 or 4 years older than my daughter. And she would have been
Oh.
Well, he
she would have
deserved
been
it.
3 at that trip. So that kid would have been like 7 or 8.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Go
Pee all over
damn
him.
straight.
They just went right through it.
That's poetic
Anyway,
justice.
Now he's
Oh,
probably,
it's wet.
Yeah.
he's probably going to grow up with some weird kink where he's going to have to pay.
You know, somewhere he's doing a podcast and he's telling this story. I walked through a kid's pee.
Went right through the pee. Yeah, well, it was funny when we told the cast member that she had an accident in that Dumbo area. They acted like, what else is new?
Yeah.
Like, they were like, okay, sure. And I was like, well, do you want me to show you where? And they're like, I guess.
We'll clean it
What you
later,
want?
whatever.
And they did. They like grabbed a spray bottle or whatever, but it was like I had told them that
Couple of squirts and they're done.
somebody sneezed. They were like, yeah,
That's
right,
all right.
okay.
Yeah, it's not the
That's-
sponge. That's all right.
And this is why Chuck E. Cheese doesn't have a bald pig anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
That's deep.
awesome.
Pretty gross.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is
Anyway,
deep. He had that
That's a
covered.
great story. Thank you for
Those are
sharing.
some
Yeah,
great
that covered,
memories.
yeah.
That's damn straight for that older kid.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Yeah.
I'm with you. Yeah, he deserved that. Not
Yeah.
justice.
Well,
Yeah.
follow
Yeah, I
that, Kevin.
I
Oh,
don't miss
man.
my kids having accidents all over the park, though. That's not a nostalgic
No.
moment.
No,
No.
that's fair. That's fair.
I don't think Lily ever had that issue, but
Yeah,
Like,
that
no.
we've had a few. I'm not even thinking of all of them. We've had more than that, and definitely like we went through a phase where every time we were at a pool, she was that kid that like
Did the
had
day
trouble.
Emptied the pool.
every
Lily
kid-
did
Yeah.
vomit.
Kids at-
Lily sucked in a lot of water going down
Oh,
the
yeah.
slide over at Saratoga Springs, and it made her vomit into the pool. And then they had to evacuate the entire pool,
I remember
Oh,
that.
and she felt terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
but all right, Kev, you up?
All right, man. So look, the whole inspiration for this episode came from a realization I had during my last family trip to
Mhm.
Walt Disney World back in July 2025.
Okay.
And this story
Are
involves
you coming out?
I am.
Oh, good.
So out. It's not even funny.
All new.
I am 20 again.
Ain't no shame in that.
Ain't no shame in my game.
That's it, baby.
That's right. I am that attractive.
Yes, you are.
Thank you.
You wicked.
But look, the story involves my youngest, Leilani, who was 10 at the time of the trip.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I remember when this realization occurred. We were staying at the Animal Kingdom Lodge for this trip, and it was our Animal Kingdom day. And just to preface, we took advantage of that 3-park deal. What was it, Rachel? Like $89 per person promotion
Yeah.
they're running for 3 days, but not including Magic Kingdom.
not Magic Kingdom,
Yeah.
but yeah, any of the other, or not any of, but like all 3 of the other parks, each on a different day.
Right,
yeah, I
yeah.
love that deal. They do that like almost every year now. It's been the last few years they've done that late spring. So if that's something people are interested in, late spring, summer.
I'm interested in it, but I
Yeah.
guess I can't get $89 a day for Epcot, can I?
Yeah, Epcot's included. It's
Yeah, Epcot.
Yeah, but I gotta be
Animal
there for
Kingdom,
3
and
days.
Hollywood Studios. Oh, you can't go to Epcot for 3 days. No, you have to
Right.
go to
Yeah.
You
yeah,
have
it's
to go
just one
each.
day per
Yeah, one
park.
each park. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So anyway, so we were there. We're at Animal Kingdom Lodge. We had it was our Animal Kingdom day. We decided to take a bus to Animal Kingdom because the park was right there,
Sure.
and so the trip would be very short, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we get off the bus and proceed to the park entrance. And as everyone may recall, the walk from the Animal Kingdom bus stops to the gates is a little bit of a distance,
Sure.
open sun and whatnot. So you got a little bit of time. we were walking and talking and whatnot, and all of a sudden I looked down and I noticed that Leilani was holding my hand while we were walking. And in my head was like, when did she do that? Like, I have no recollection of her taking my hand, but it was definitely there. I was holding it and it was all good. And throughout the day, I noticed that whenever we were walking somewhere, Leilani would be holding either my hand or my wife's hand. And it was automatic. I mean, the hand holding was like, boom. Like, you know, like, have you ever seen those kids' necklaces with a magnetic clasp? But, you know, if you get them close together, it's like, boom, snaps together. Or the little kissing toys, you know, magnets, just boom, just goes.
Okay.
It was like crazy automatic, man. It was that awesome. So that's when I had the realization, is like, what am I going to miss? I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss walking through the parks and holding Leilani's hand. And it's funny because before I had that realization, all of us were talking about how all of us can now ride the rides together because Leilani was tall
so nice
enough.
when that happens.
Yeah, we're all tall enough, you know? And so we can all ride it together. And we all remember on our last trip, family trip down there, which may have been, I think, a couple of years ago, there were certain rides that Leilani couldn't do because she was not tall enough yet. So we didn't go on them, just to stay with her. And now that she's tall enough, I'm like, oh, damn, that was quick. You know, it was only maybe a couple of years ago. And yet she's still holding our hand in wherever we transit to, you know, whether it's to parks or from the parking lot or throughout the parks. And look, she has 2 older sisters and they don't do that anymore. So I'm like, when the hell did they stop doing that?
What are the older sisters' age?
I have one that is, let's see, at the time of the trip, it would be 16 and 12 at the time of the trip. And so, yeah, they don't do that anymore. And I'm just like, when the hell did they stop doing that? Like, what the heck, man? How did I miss that? You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So and then I came to the realization, like, yeah, I'm not going to miss this one, man. So I decided right then and there to slow down and be conscious of what is happening right now.
Wow.
Whenever we walked, I just let it happen. Bam, hand. We're walking with Leilani through the parks, hand. Walking through the hotel, walking through the parking lot for the entire rest of the trip. Bam, hand. It just happened. Just let it go. It's just going to happen.
That's cool.
I was very intentional in recognizing that this is happening. I stayed in that moment. And the reason why I stayed in that moment and enjoyed it is because of this. While all of this is happening, I was thinking, man, is this the last family trip in which this will happen? Is this the last time we'll walk around Disney property with her hand in my hand? Like, if we come back next year, will she even need or want to hold my hand anymore? This may be it. You know, I'm going to miss that. You know, it's bad enough that I missed the end of it with my 2 older daughters. I can't remember when they stopped doing that. But this one really hit home because, as you guys know, this is my last one. I ain't got no other kids other than this.
I only had one and I quit.
This is it. You know, after this youngest gets older, there's nothing else. So yeah, definitely I'll miss this. But look, and as an addendum to all this, I started thinking, well, you know what? Maybe next time this happens, it'll be our grandkids who will be holding our hands, me and my wife's hand.
Nice.
And I'm thinking, you know, yeah, that's fine, but it would be a little different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and not to get dark, but what reason will make it the last time in which I hold my grandkids' hand? You know, will it because they grew up like my daughters, or because maybe I passed away? You know?
Oh, wow. That's a little dark, Kev.
It is dark. But
I'm gonna help you out of that.
As I cross into the 50, I'm just like, wow, that's a possibility.
No, to be fair,
You just brought the whole show down.
No,
I know, I'm sorry.
No,
I
I got you.
But it got me
Kev.
all sentimental with that, you know?
I got you, Kev. That's where the experience would kick in. So, like, the thing is like once you get to the grandparent phase, right?
Mhm.
I think that's where you have that influence, and then like having your daughters there to say, oh yeah, I remember my dad took, because like Hannah has my grandson watching, you know, Avengers cartoons, stuff like that. None of the adult stuff. But when you have that time, and like I'm with you, like I've already told, like, look, your grandson, he's coming with me. If you want to pay for the ticket, cool. But you know, I don't have another kid to have that same experience of wow, that wonder. So yeah, you would have 4 chances, maybe 6 chances to have that one of the kids. So you should look at it like that.
And,
you know?
and not just that. I'll tell you something. Like, I'm listening to your story, and it's moving, but at the same time, I'm sitting here like, wow, I'm extremely lucky because my daughter still holds my hand. it pisses off my wife to no end.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's
So
great.
that part's
She's
not
like-
awesome.
Yeah.
She
But yeah.
only wants to be around you. She only cares about you.
love it.
She
I
only wants
love
the whole thing. But my daughter, like, we go to Whole Foods, we go to do whatever.
She still holds
Lily
your hand,
will
yeah.
grab my hand and hold it. And it drives my wife crazy.
Oh,
She doesn't
I love
do it to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now I'm going to appreciate that a whole lot more because of what
That
you
is-
just said.
No, absolutely.
It
yeah.
is special. There's no doubt about that. It's
And,
special.
to be honest with the list, just to be clear with the listeners and stuff, I have a different perspective only because I lost my parents so young.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't know what it's like for grandparents to have grandkids. Like I lost my mom when I was a freshman in college.
True.
And I lost my dad when, what was it, 2001? I
Mhm.
was maybe just graduated out of college, maybe a couple years out. So it's something that this is new. I mean, even me crossing into 50, my mom was 50 when she passed, and like me crossing into 50, this is like one of my benchmarks.
All right.
So my next benchmark is 57. Once I get past that, I'm freaking awesome.
Well, we're going to help you out with that.
So listeners, this show doesn't have that much longer.
Just donate all you can to the Kevin Save His Life Fund.
Yes,
as
that's right.
fast as you can. Make Kevin
Patreon
Save His Life.
subscribers.
Patreon.com/magic.
Do that
That's
quickly.
right. That's right.
Go fund me. Kevin, stay alive.
No, like I remember when I was a little kid, my mama used to come into my room every single night and kiss me goodnight, and she'd always hold me, grab me, kiss me, and say kissy kissy, whoa tight tight, whoa tight tight. She'd hold you like really, really, really tight,
Yeah.
hug you. And I don't know when that happened, when it stopped happening, I should say. I don't know when it stopped happening, but yeah, I still remember that to this day, and still to this day when I, see my daughter off, we always hug and kiss before she goes to bed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we do the same thing. Yeah.
yeah, it's hold on to those moments because one day, no one knocks you on the door and tells you this is the last time.
Yeah, but the also the further magic to that, and again, that's what made this exercise so different. Was again talking to my daughter as a woman. I can't even say this girl is a little kid. She's a grown woman.
She'll always be
basically.
a little girl, but she's
she's
you have
always-
to recognize she's an adult.
I don't want to
Yeah.
be cliche, but yeah, she's always
I
gonna
have
be
to
my
cross
little
into that
girl.
limit at some point. Yeah. that's
Yeah.
fair, yeah.
But I said she's seen plenty of things without me there, like
Uh,
traveling to like New York, let's say, or I don't know why Nebraska, but yeah, there you go. But
Corn. Fresh.
Huskies.
Delicious. That's right.
But in other words, she's taken on doing adventures and whatnot because she was taught at a younger age to not have that fear. And
Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
shown that, having the imagination is a very powerful thing when put to use. And what really brought it home to me, and just to go back to what you were saying, what really brought it home to me was I said, hey, well, you've got plenty of family, you've got plenty of friends. Since I took you, since I took you to Disney, how many times have you been to Disney since? It's like never.
Zero.
Yeah.
The 2 times that we went, those are the only times and I was like, that's when it hit me personally. Like, that's when it hit me. It's like, so not only does it make it something special, that sacrifice that I did because trust me, $5,000 during that time, look, I had to sell half a kidney and 2 toes, get that going. But that was worth it.
And they were delicious.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's going to add 10 years to your life. Like,
I've seen those toenails. I'm pretty sure they were not delicious.
that was a year and inch right there.
They were a little sinewy, yeah.
But that was
a
the
little
thing.
rough.
Those experiences that she had, those are things that only we were able to capture. No one is able to duplicate that Disney experience with your kid other than you as a parent. No one has been able to surpass that.
Damn straight, man.
So there you go.
Look, man, I hope you enjoy these stories of things that we miss. If anything, we hope this encourages you to slow down a bit at the parks, even though you have to zip around and do all your various lightning lanes and whatnot, all that kind of stuff. Make your ADRs. Like moments like this are fleeting, mainly because it involves things that are out of our hands. The parks will change regardless of what you happen. Your kids are going to grow regardless of what you try to do. Our family is constantly changing, and the parks are constantly changing on themselves. And look, we would love to hear your stories of what you will miss, and make sure you get in touch with us to share those stories, and we're about to tell you how to do that in just a little bit. Well, y'all, we hope you enjoyed hearing our stories about what we will miss. Look, if you want to learn more about us, the Magic Our Way podcast, Make sure you follow us on any social media platform. And also, if you want to get in touch with us to share your stories.
Thor.
Yeah.
Thor. Look, contact
Bring the
us.
thunder.
Yeah, bring the thunder. Look, shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com or call us and send us a text message at 1-815-MOWEEKEND. That is 1-815-MOWEEKEND. 669-4226.
Did you say send us a text message?
I don't know. I was trying to hold back a cough. I'm glad.
Send us enlightened.
Yes.
Better out than an hour.
Yes.
Yes.
Good trick.
Hmm.
And look, we have a couple people do things outside of the podcast. First of all, we got Eli does great things with comics. What you got, sir?
Yes, sir. Again, when I would go into those Disney parks, I would always be inspired. I mean, when I would go to Epcot, I would see the Japan Pavilion. That would make me think of the work that would lead to the stuff that I talk about in every Ivory Comics promo. So,
And then you heard you say, hey, Ivory Comics, Eli Ivory, what a great name.
What a great name. Creativity always abounds when you take that first walk in the park. That should never be undisputed right there. But yes, I would go to Japan, always give me an idea for Project Geisha. Actually, I think there's a picture of Kirk while we were in Epcot, while he's in Japan, holding the Project Geisha books. I was like, that's awesome. I don't think I've ever gone to Animal Kingdom, though, with Savages, and I don't know what I would do for the MOW be damned. I guess I would have to go to Adventureland for that.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Caribbean, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so then, what can I tell you?
If you want to take a picture with Molly be damned, email Eli.
Yeah.
And then book a trip with Rachel.
Book a trip with Rachel.
There you go.
Take my grandson to that. So
yeah, and if you take a picture with the Molly Be Damned in Hollywood Studios, you get Rachel's travel agent services free of cost.
That's right.
It's a big promo we're doing right now. This
Yeah.
cross promotion that just happened right there.
We'll send you beignets.
Do we still do the beignet?
No, the beignets gave away to Patreon. But it's
Yeah,
all good.
Patreon.
Yeah.
And we still cooked up some good beignets. But
Beignets are fun. I like that. I enjoyed the beignet thing.
So as always, when you go and you see all of that work to inspire that cross promotion on the Ivory Comics website, as well as blogs and interview posts and a link to the Magic Our Way podcast, so you never miss a beat, never miss an episode, you never miss good memories mixed with cross promotion. That is how you support the Ivory Comics website. So I appreciate that. On social media, Facebook.com, Eli H. Ivory is where you can find me there as long as you're a real person. It's a pleasure to meet you. You're a bot. Look, I don't ask you about my credit and then how to give me another loan for $500,000 to get United States out of debt. Bots, I ain't got time for that. You know where I'm at with that. So, real person, love you, bot. Please do not. On Facebook also is a Project Geisha fan page, so check that out. Also on Instagram, see what you guys and girls got out there, posting up the hearts and the likes. EIRE504 is where you'll see me there. And of course on X, I can be found at Hancock 10166. So yes, if you appreciate the madness, just bringing me the gladness. Thank you.
And look, if you want to book a vacation, Rachel can definitely help you do that. She can help you go as fast or as slow as you want.
It's true.
That's true.
Yeah, actually, one thing that I have the hardest time getting people to believe me about, but I do really think it's true, is that there's so much pressure on that trip that you're taking, especially if you're saying to yourself, this is a once in a lifetime. There's so much pressure to do it all and cram it all in and ride all the big rides and do all the things. And it can be a real bummer, because if you're pushing yourselves to the point where you're stressing, you're missing those moments, right? You're missing those smaller things. So I always try to tell people, like, if you are feeling stressed, like, go back to the hotel and go to the pool and like just laugh with each other and, go sit down and get a Mickey bar and, people watch for a minute, or go to a play area and relax and don't stand in line. Like, it's just not worth it.
Yeah. Get a sensual massage.
I know. Yes. But people feel so pressured to, do it all when they're there. And it's such a bummer.
And
anyway,
that's
you're not having fun.
True. Yeah, it because the money they're spending, right? And maybe it's like the amount of money they spend, they expect certain things, but like sometimes you just gotta chill.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Anyway, but if you want that knowledge nugget or other knowledge nuggets like that, I would love to help your family book a trip. Booking with me is at no extra cost, whether or not you support Eli. And it's free every time. And the benefit is that you get my planning services at no extra cost to you. You pay exactly the same as you would if you booked it on your own. I can help as much or as little as you'd like. So if you want, soup to nuts, I'm helping you plan the whole thing. I'm happy to do that. Or if you want me to just
nuts.
Yeah. Or if you want me to just help you book it and then back off because you love to do everything else, I can do that too. And either way, it supports this podcast. So please get in touch with me. I have a phone number. The phone number is 978-432-WISH. You can text me, call me, or leave a voicemail on that number. Email is actually the best way to reach me. My email is Rachel, RACHEL @magicourway.com. And you can also find me on social media. I'm on Facebook, TikTok, Facebook,
that's the new
TikTok,
yeah.
and Instagram and YouTube at Our Family Magic. That's the letter R in the words Family Magic, all smooshed together. And yeah, so I love helping people plan trips, especially first timers, people who do feel that pressure. And hopefully I can help you figure out a way to slow down and enjoy those moments, because that's what makes it an enjoyable vacation. And it's what you're really going to remember.
Yeah, and look, man, if you listen to Lou's podcast, he always talks about slow down and taking in the details. I'm totally for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good stuff.
Totally.
Best way to slow down is to book with a travel agent so that way you don't have to make all those decisions.
True.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
right.
Yeah, you're right.
It's true.
You can focus on the fun moments with your family.
In addition, go to patreon.com/Magic Our Way, all smushed together to elevate your support of the Magic Our Way podcast. Another option that only costs a minute or so of your time is to leave a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts and or wherever you access our show, whether it is YouTube, Spotify, Podbean, etc. Any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. We also want to thank you for being a loyal listener, and we always love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are welcome on the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So we say Kwaharini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
All right. Nachos are on plates.
And yar. Bye.